What's up guys, Theshadowlord here, and today I would like to share my thoughts on Frost Death Knight's talents in World of Warcraft Legion patch 7.0.3. Now before I begin this video, I would like to say everything that I say inside this video is my thoughts and what I personally feel is the best to run with my playstyle. In this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about one of the most overpowered artifact weapon traits for bursting on a Frost DK. But before we go into that, let's get into some of the pros and cons of a Frost DK. One of the main pros, in my opinion, is that a Frost DK is able to bring a lot of overall AoE damage and a lot of on-demand burst damage for a single target as well as AoE when it comes to damage that it brings to a team. It's also quite a good support class for your casters or your healers, as you can use your death grip to grip and chains of with your chains of ice combo to peel off any melee and anything along those lines when they're going to try and switch on your casters or healers. I would say the main con for a Frost DK is going to be the lack of CC, because we only have one CC ability that we can bring to the team, unfortunately. Starting off with the level 56 talents, I normally go Murderous Efficiency because it synergizes well with Obliteration. I feel that it's the best talent to go with my playstyle, however. If you're going to be bursting a lot with your Frost Strikes, then I would say going Shattering Strikes is going to be a little bit better for you, because basically that will stack your Razor Ice debuff and then consume them and then do 40% extra damage to hit harder with your Frost Strikes. So if you're not running with Breathless and Dragosa, then I would say you can't really go with Ice Talons. I think the Ice Talons is going to be good if you are not running, if you're running a more consistent damage build, because you're able to, if you're using that, you'll be able to use your Frost Strikes as your burst damage and also as your filler. So that means you'll be able to basically keep the buff around 3 stacks for 60 to 80% of your uptime on a target, which is really, really good. I also think, however, I think with my playstyle that Murderous Efficiency is going to be the best, as I enjoy playing my Death Knight around my cooldown. Moving on to the level 57 talents. After my playtesting, I have found that there's mainly 2 choices between on this talent tree, and it's mainly between Horn of Winter and Freezing Fog. I mainly choose Horn of Winter because normally I find myself running out of runes and runic power when I'm running the Obliteration spec, and then outside of that, when I'm outside of my burst or getting kited. So using Horn of Winter will allow me to fill those gaps with the damage that I otherwise wouldn't be able to do. On the other hand, if you are running a Frost Scythe build, then I think that Freezing Fog will work better for you, because you don't have the same gap in damage if you're running with Frozen Scythe, as it only costs 1 rune over the 2 that Obliteration uses. If I know how to speak, oh my god. Moving on to the level 58 talents on this talent tier. There's mainly 2 different talents you're going to be choosing. It's between Avalanche and Ice Cap. Now, the differences between this is mainly down to your playstyle. Do you want your Pillar of the Frost up more of the time, or do you want, when you have your Pillar of the Frost up, it's actually going to do a lot more damage than it otherwise would do? If you prefer your Pillar of the Frost to do more damage, then I would say go with Avalanche. But if you want it to basically go up, down in time and cooldown, then make sure to go with Ice Cap. For the next talent tier, I would say there's only really 1 talent that you should be going. That is Blinding Sheet at the moment, as it is mainly because it's the only reliable CC a Frost DK has. And I'm sure you're thinking, why not go Winter is Coming, as the stun is probably going to be better and things like that. Okay, firstly, there's a lot of other stuns in the game. Secondly, it's only really available when you have burst up. That means it can be kited, because they'll be kiting you anyway, and you can mainly just run away from it because it has a stack to fire. So it's not really that reliable, hence why Blinding Sheet is going to be better. Moving on to the 75 row, there is going to be 2 talents that you're going to be changing between depending on what comp you're fighting. Now, if you're fighting a strong, heavy caster cleave, then volatile shielding is going to be better. But against all the other cleaves, I would say that permafrost is going to be better due to the fact that it will give you a flat out shield just by you doing damage that you'll be able to keep up nearly between 60 and 80% of the time you'll have uptime on a target. So that is going to be really, really good. Moving on to the level 90 row of talents. As I have been running a build that works around Obliterate, and it kind of uses Remorseless Winter as one of the main burst abilities where you want to do burst damage with it, then going with Graviating Storm was a no-brainer for me. However, if you want a more consistent build, I would say going with Frost Scythe. It will allow you to do more consistent damage, but I prefer playing with Graviating Storm after the last DK buffs to Frost and its damage as well. Moving on to the last talent tier, as I am running Murderous Efficiency, I feel that Obliteration is going to be better over Breath of Sindragosa in some scenarios as they synergize well together. With that being said, that does not mean that Breath of Sindragosa is bad, no. While it does a lot of damage, and there is one case where I would actually be using it over Obliteration, even with an Obliteration spec, is if I'm actually going to be able to get a double breath off that is actually going to be able to hit 2 targets, because then it will actually net more damage. But the reason why you don't want to run Breath of Sindragosa over Obliteration, one, Obliteration works around Frost Strikes because you need to trigger the killing machine proc so your Obliterate can hit even harder, and also they're on the same talent choice, and in most cases if you were going for a single target damage build, then you're going to do more single target damage with Obliteration over Breath of Sindragosa. Now, before I end off this video, I would like to talk a little bit about Frost DK's artifact weapon traits, and the main one that you should be getting first. Now, the main part of your burst is Sindragosa's Fury, which is the first golden tier talent that you should be going for. I'll put an image on screen now of where you should be pathing to, and I'll put a circle around Sindragosa's Fury for you guys. But this allows you to do a lot of AoE burst damage, especially if you're also running with Breath of Sindragosa against a double melee team, for example. If you would like me to go over some of my thoughts of the artifact weapon traits and how I've actually spec'd my artifact weapon on my Frost Death Knight, then let me know in the comment section down below, and I will be sure to do that for you guys. That would be really fun, actually. I think I would really enjoy that video. But if this video did help you out and you did learn something, make sure to leave it with a like, and make sure to share it if you think that there's anyone else that could be helped by this video. This is sort of a guide video, sort of discussion video, me discussing the talents of Frost DK a little bit. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave it with a like. As I said before, if you are new to the channel and you would like to see daily Legion World of Warcraft content uploaded to this channel, then make sure to be subscribed to the channel. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. So after my playtesting, I have found that the only reason is the word reason on the script. No, the 2 talents that you want to be able to choose from, they're both good, but because of my main wow, I can't speak today. If you guys missed me playing some Frost DK, trying out this spec, then make sure to hit the right link. And if you'd like to see the last Mythic Plus video, then make sure to hit the left link. And I'll see you in the next video. Farewell.